Welcome back, everyone, to Unlock Your Inner Boss Live, where the Open University is putting Gemma Cairney through her paces in the shoes of a CEO for the day. She's been checking her profit margins. She's been listening to customers, recruiting staff, and now things are about to get a little bit more intense.
Oh, should I be worried? I feel like I'm going to be interrogated here.
You'll be fabulous. Now,
Okay.
You're not wrong, though, to be honest. Channel 5, okay, is the Leadership Leveller. Welcome to Would You Rather, the Leadership Edition.
Okay.
Gemma, you'll be facing a series of impossible questions that a leader may need to face. Sticky situations. Are you ready?
Okay.
Let's do this.
So, going through a number of situations, I'm putting on my CEO head.
That's it. Let's do this. We dive straight into sticky
Let's
situation
do
number
it.
1. Okay.
Even my posture has changed.
Yeah, I've seen this. I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
She's in it, and you absolutely blend in with this fabulous stuff as well, which I'm so here for.
Always the aim.
Yes,
To
so
look like I could blend into the Open University library chair.
she looks amazing. So, number 1, there has been a bullying complaint from a new member of staff against one of your top performing long senior serving staff. This person is a crucial part of your business and a person you trust, Gemma. Number 1, do you speak to the new member of staff directly and explain there must be a misunderstanding. You don't want to take the complaint any further as it might upset the senior member of staff. Number 2, investigate the complaint by conducting confidential interviews with other members of staff about their experience with the accused staff member for character reference. Or number 3, the final one, let the new member of staff know that their prohibition period won't be extended. Ooh, I'm feeling the tension in the studio. That is a sticky situation, isn't it?
Yeah, really uncomfortable and also just like really not nice.
Not nice at all.
To think that someone in the Dream Stream team is not having a good time.
I love that.
This is all fictional, by the way, just in case it just turned on. What is going on?
What's going on?
It's hypothetical. But this does happen in businesses, to be serious.
True.
And this is something that you need to train for and learn about.
Absolutely.
What to do. So, I think it would be inappropriate to just kind of quash it and
Okay.
Listen and then say, nah, don't believe you. I don't think that that's great.
No.
Would I go as far as to terminate a contract?
I know, that's intense, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's intense, guys. It is.
Oh, and nobody's perfect. Could it have been a miscommunication? I don't know. Do you know what? I'm going to have to, I think. What do you think?
She's switched it over,
Hannah,
guys.
is what I'm gonna
Ask
have to
me.
do.
Oh, you know what? You know what? I agree with everything you're saying massively. Now I'm going, CEO.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to be
What
honest
do
with
you
you.
guys think?
Yeah, get involved in the chat, guys. We want to
Yes.
hear you. And we've got the audience. What are you thinking, audience? Let's hear you.
Investigate.
Yeah,
It's a tricky one, isn't it?
totally agree now.
Humans are complicated. I'm thinking that we probably do need to investigate it and also, have an opportunity for people to voice their opinions and their experience so that we can see if we can try and come to I can't even say the word. Conclusion.
I agree, Gemma. We're both on the same page. You know what? Let's hear from one of our OU-riginals. QVT, what do you think?
I would say that regardless of whether bullying actually has occurred, whether or not the senior manager was a bully or, or something else might have gone on, I will share a little bit more about that in a minute. But, a new employee who makes a complaint or any employee who feels they have a reasonable ground for making a complaint that they've been bullied should feel that they've done the right thing in reporting it in the first instance. And the procedures to document objectively and impartially should be helping to reassure them that actually the case is being looked in an objective and a serious manner. And that's actually quite an important part because, I mentioned trust a little bit earlier on. For ensuring that the process that's used in the organization to investigate this is actually trustworthy in itself. And so there may be more wide-ranging investigation depending on the evidence that the employee provides.
Ooh, I like it.
Dr. Volker is a dude, isn't he?
He's got his head switched on. He is on his game. The fact that he's on about trust, people can come forward and make the complaint. How has it happened? This is hard. Do you think you'd investigate though?
I think I would probably have to. That'd be the most professional, trustworthy thing to do.
Boom. And what about you guys at home? Don't forget, guys, get involved in the chat. We want to hear you. Let's do this. Right. Sticky situation number 2, Gemma.
Okay.
Are we ready?
Yes.
Let's do this. An update should have been made to your software to stay in line with GDPR compliance. The deadline is tomorrow, but the team member responsible has forgotten to do it. Today is their birthday.
Oh, what?
And they're leaving the office in 30 minutes, Gemma. They're out of here. They're like, birthday vibes, I'm out, okay? To you. Number 1, remind them immediately. This shouldn't have been forgotten about.
Oh.
It is your responsibility at the end of the day. The cake and the cocktails will have to wait, my friends.
Oh, being a CEO sucks.
I know, right? On number 2, pick up the extra workload yourself. You don't want to ruin the day, or the mood, or the vibe at work, so you'll have to do it yourself in the evening.
Well, there is a part of me that probably would do that
Yeah.
as an act of selflessness, but I have no idea what GDPR is. So it would be really stressful.
Agree. That would be hard.
And I believe that my team might be able to at least offer expertise. Oh.
Number 2 is more kind, isn't it?
Yeah.
Number 2 is naturally more kind. It's like, okay, it's a birthday. Don't want to ruin the vibe. However, you are the boss. You are the CEO. Do you want that? Because you've got so much going on, haven't you, in your business? Do you want that extra? Just because it's your birthday, don't think you're getting away with it. The cake and the cocktails got away. Are you harsh? Are you friendly? It's a hard one. Sticky situation.
Can you just remind me of the full 3 things that I could do? So there's doing it myself.
So there's 2. There's to remind them immediately.
Okay.
This should not have been forgotten about. It's their responsibility.
Okay. It's only
Cake and
2.
cocktails will have to wait. And the next one is pick it up yourself. You've got to do it, but you don't want to ruin the day, but you're going to have to do it yourself that evening.
I thought there was an in-between. There isn't.
There isn't. Sorry, guys. It's one or the other. Hardcore. CEO
Cutthroat.
vibes. What are your thoughts, Gemma? What are your thoughts? Audience, what are you thinking? 1 or 2? Make them do it. Woo! What about you guys in the chat as well? Anyone at home? Let's have a little listen. So most people are saying make them do it.
Can I say hats off to anybody that is in a position of authority, because it doesn't feel great, does it, to be a leader at all points?
You're not going to please everyone, are you? At the end of the day, everybody is different, and at the end of the day,
all right, sorry, party's over, people.
Party pooper.
I don't know if I would be harsh. I would try and just be reminding of the fact that they've only got half an hour to finish the thing that I can't do.
At the end of the day, they might get it done in half an hour as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They might go, you know what? Fair play, CEO Gemma, I'm on it.
I might create a middle ground where they can explain to me about GDPR.
Listen.
So that they can start, and then I don't mind spending an extra half an hour myself.
You're the boss.
Picking it up.
If
they
the boss.
let me have some cake.
Amazing, amazing. I like it. Well, let's hear from James Blake and see what he has to say, QVT.
Firstly, this wouldn't happen in our business because everybody has so much respect for each other that nobody would leave a task unworked or undone. But if for some bizarre reason this happened and the member of staff had to leave early because it was their birthday, we would just delegate it to somebody else, or I would take it on myself to do it, especially if it's something that isn't difficult to do. If it is something that's difficult to do and only that one member of staff can do it, I would just ensure that it's scheduled in earlier in the day and that things are moved around to accommodate.
Ooh. James Blake, he's on it, isn't he?
He's so on it.
He's on his game.
Fantastic.
I like James. We're into it. Right, okay, audience. How are we doing, guys? Give us a wave. Give us a wave, audience. Are we good? Oh, look at them all there. Getting involved. They're in the chat. They're here live. We like it. Right. we've just had Ali in the chat. Ali, thank you very much. I've got a magic card. Make them do it. You have to be the boss. We've got another magic card. Oh, you're into this one, aren't you guys? What flavour is the cake? I like it.
Cake on the brain.
Cake. Oh, true.
Can we go for a red velvet?
You like a red velvet?
Yummy.
Yeah, good shout there. What flavour is the cake? And make them do it. You're the boss.
Or a Victoria sponge.
Don't need deals anymore. Right, interesting. So you made a decision. You think the middle ground.
Sorry, I was thinking about cake.
That's all right. I was a minute. I was like, it's been a long day for me and Gemma. We're ready for the red velvet.
Yeah, I think that I don't like the idea of making them do it, but at the same time, I would ask if they had enough time to complete, in a James Blake style, if they have enough time to complete the task.
Good choice.
And then I would perhaps take it over whilst they go and drink cocktails, because they're fantastic.
I like it. I like it. Good choice, Gemma. Are you ready
Thank
for
you.
sticky situation
Yes.
number 3? Right. You need to file your company's first annual return. Hiring an accountant to do this is expensive, and you can't really afford it yet. It will take a lot of your time anyway to troll all the way back through all of your records and all the costs. You've not really been keeping track.
Who,
Do
me?
you?
Never.
Do you? Number 1, spend your weekend on YouTube, learning how to do an annual return and do it yourself to save the expenses. Or do you? Number 2, take out a small loan and pay someone else to do it. Get involved at home, guys. Oh, I know what I do. Ask me.
What would you do, Hannah?
Take out a small loan. Not gonna lie, I know, probably not the best thing, but what would you
Yeah, but
do?
what is the best thing in this situation? Can I really become the master of all via YouTube?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, you guys are by watching this, but I'm not sure if it would teach me how to do a tax return.
That'd take a long time as well. And I feel like I'd get very stressed.
And I've got loads of cake to eat.
Yeah, true.
Um,
Finances are obviously business key. They're key in business, aren't they, finances? So this is really important. You know what I mean?
I really think I'm going to outsource this because,
Okay.
again, numbers aren't my jam.
Or mine.
People skills, I would say, is, I'm good at. I'm really happy with the business plan that I got some help and guidance with earlier. Yeah, I need a good accountant.
She said that, to be honest. I think, what about the studio audience? What are you guys feeling? Yeah, are we feeling get an accountant? Would you do it yourself? Give us a cheer if you do it yourself. Give us a cheer if you do an accountant.
Yeah, go on. We've got a but.
But I would also like to learn how to do a tax return myself.
Oh, I like it.
What a fabulous answer.
What a go-getter.
I like that.
Yeah.
So, a fabulous audience member said she would get an accountant. However, she would like to learn how to do it herself. That's good.
What's your name? Cindy, please
Cindy.
come and work for me.
Cindy, you're hired, girl. Love it. Good shout, though. That's kind of a bit of both, right?
Yeah. Yes, I think I wouldn't probably take up the time to learn how to do it if I could afford to pay somebody who's going to do it in much more of a diligent way, as a lot of my time is taken up.
Of course.
But at the same time, big respect to anybody that is up for learning those new skills. I just know that, like, maths just really...
I'm exactly the same.
And I find it all quite stressful.
Yeah.
So just to know that that's being looked after by somebody trained,
Yep.
I'll get the loan out.
There you go. There is your answer, people. Fabulous stuff. Let's hear from another OU original. QVT, what would you do?
So in this scenario, I would definitely take out the small loan and hire somebody to do it. As an entrepreneur, as a business owner, your time is so valuable and it's going to become your greatest asset. So you want to be freeing up as much time as you can, and you're going to make that money back in the long run or even the short term as well by saving up your time so you can focus in your zone of genius. So I would definitely suggest doing your own research and using YouTube where you can, but because this is something that needs to be done urgently, I would recommend getting it done professionally and correctly the first time.
All right, that's an interesting question. So if you file the company's first annual return This is a very challenging thing to do, especially if you've never had any experience preparing financial statements. So I would probably recommend option B, to hire an external accountant to help you draft. But to keep the costs down, you might want to think about doing the bookkeeping yourself, so recording the day-to-day transactions, the ins of accounting, such as accruals and depreciation.
Brian and Montel, she's back. What are your thoughts on what they said?
Well, again, both are really kind of top of their game,
Agree.
you know, and actually know what they're talking about, whereas I'm very much a beginner
Yeah,
in
of course.
comparison.
We all are today.
I think that it's really interesting and helpful, and I'm glad that they're in my network
Yes.
of business owners. I'm going to definitely stick with my original decision, though.
Fabulous. I like it. Amazing. Now, are you ready for sticky situation number 4, Gemma?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Are we ready, people? Let's do this. Your profits have fallen drastically and you need to make cuts in the workforce.
What?
Of these 3 roles, who do you lose from the team who is not sustainable? Okay. Number 1, we've got Susan. Susan, an average worker. She's really loyal. She keeps things in order for you, Gemma. If you're away, she's on holiday, she's got your back. Family friend growing up. And you even spend special occasions with her, even Christmas. Number 2, Marcus. Good name. Younger, ahead of the curve with the latest technology updates and brings new ideas and new vibes to the business. Often late and loses track of tasks. But he's just got a mortgage, our Marcus. Oh dear, okay. Oh, number 3, keep both and hope things start to look up with your profits. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Let's talk about Susan. She's your friend.
hang out with her on Christmas.
Christmas date. Sometimes she's home for the Christmas dinner. Your friend, she takes you out, you're on holiday, you're like, Susan, take over. She's like, I've got this, Gemma. Marcus.
Oh, Susan's great.
We like you, Susan. Marcus, younger.
Marcus is also great.
He's on top of his game. He's
As
like, I've got
someone
an
who
idea.
also sees time as elastic, I'm definitely a sympathiser of someone who's a bit of a latecomer.
Or do you keep both and hope things start to look up?
Oh, what do you think out there?
Come on, guys. We need your help in the audience. Susan, Marcus, or do we keep both? Let's hear from Susan. Are we keeping her?
I think this is another example of how you shouldn't be mixing business and pleasure, eh? I
Agree.
shouldn't be spending Christmas Day with Susan.
No. She just cooks a really good turkey dinner. Susan, bless her. Marcus, are we keeping him? Oh, okay. We've got some nods going. Yeah, we like Marcus. Marcus.
Yeah, Marcus is good, isn't he?
Yeah, he's good. He's late, but he brings new ideas,
And at
doesn't
least
he?
just have a word about the lateness.
Yeah, we just need to nip that in the bud immediately, Marcus. Do you know what I mean? Or do we keep
I'm going to
both?
buy him a watch. But no, costs.
Cost can't buy a watch. We're
Stress.
getting rid of someone, Gemma.
Why are things going so badly, Hannah? Tell me what's happened with the business.
No, you're amazing. You're doing well. Dreamstream, we believe in you. You're a great CEO. I'll come and wait for you, Gemma.
Yes, please.
Right. Tough call. It's a
One
tough,
thing
tough
that I'm
one.
really learning is the amount of responsibility that you have as a CEO.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially when it's not just your life that you're in control of, as other people's.
Yeah,
They can be massively affected by your decisions.
100%. Very true.
Ooh, anything on the line?
Well, are you ready?
Yeah.
We've had another magic card, as I'm sure you saw me lean over there. Both. Keep both and make them work harder. Woo! We don't need that anymore. Tough. Don't, guys, all right. Calm down. Make them work harder.
Yeah, perhaps it does call for a bit of a meeting where it's got a serious undertone, but we brainstorm positively
Love this.
about how to turn things around.
I like it.
And that I decided I'm going to let people know in that meeting, both Susan and Marcus, and no, we're not going for drinks afterwards. We're going to talk about.
We're not going out after. We're having a meeting and that's it.
You got to remember as well, my whole career has just been like a festival. So
course.
this is so different. That's not quite true. I actually have tried to run a business. But it's an interesting, you know, this idea of boundaries and respect and responsibility. Yes. It's a really good thing to just have intact.
Totally.
Almost in kind of manifesto form before you start a business. So I'm going to keep them on. We're going to have a big meeting.
Yep.
And we're just going to talk about how it's getting close to some hard decisions being made.
Good.
So we're going to have to work harder.
Did you
Or
hear
differently.
that?
Or differently.
Susan, Marcus, if you're out there, yeah, you're going to keep both.
Team Dreams Dream!
Yes, dream.
I believe in you.
Woo! That was great. I totally agree. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I feel like you're the boss. You call the shots. We're keeping both. Have a little meeting and hope things work up. Look up. Okay. We're going to hear now from another OU original, QVT.
If your profits have fallen, don't just immediately jump to cutting the workforce. You need to investigate this and get to the root cause. Something else entirely different may be happening. It may be about the market or competition or other changes in the social landscape. Once you have investigated it though, and if it does come down to cutting the workforce, then unfortunately I would cut Marcus. The personal circumstances can't come into this, and you need to build a culture that is based on loyalty and dependability. Do check though that his lateness and losing track of tasks isn't for any other reason. You're a human being, he's a human being. See if he's okay. If you do need to cut him though, maybe you can use some of that budget to help upskill Susan. You can train skills, you can't train loyalty.
Yeah, if I have to lose someone in the team, I would do my best to just open my network and see if there is any company out there or any connection who's looking to hire people. And yeah, that's what I would do. Keeping both in this case would be great, and absolutely great, but it would probably be very, very difficult.
Like warm after watching that. They were so caring about them. That was so nice. Thoughts on those two, Gemma?
I love the idea that you need to check as to why somebody might be being late.
True. Good point.
Yeah, what a really lovely point.
Yeah.
And it's part of my responsibility as a leader is to have a duty of care.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah, I'm going to keep them both, obviously. We're
Love
going
it.
down on the sinking ship together.
You lucky things. Well, congratulations, Gemma. That is the end of Impossible Questions.
Woo!
Give her a cheer, people. Come on. That was hard. Now we'll be back for our final episode of 4 p.m. Future Thieves.
Can I quickly ask, do you think I could win The Apprentice?
Yeah. to be honest with you, I think you'd absolutely smash it.
Really?
Yeah.
All right then,
Go
Sarah
on
Allen.
it. Stay tuned, people. Until then, you can catch the replay. Click the link in the comments to access the free business and management courses, guys, to help you on your way as a leader, a manager, and make the most of these amazing resources from the Open University. Meanwhile, check out more golden leadership tips from leading business owners. We'll see you at 4.
Hi, my name is David McIntosh. I'm a UK award-winning management consultant, Apprentice of the Year. I'm a founder and chair of a UK social mobility network with 600 members, and I'm the podcast host of the Development by David podcast, a podcast that uses origin stories as a self-development tool. When asked to describe myself, I would say I'm someone that notices things for a living and relays that back to the world. So when asked about leadership and development, I would think that I would describe a leader as someone that doesn't add value to someone's life, but creates value within them. That might not make sense, but let me illuminate it with an example. I believe Henry Ford didn't manufacture cars. He manufactured a generation of drivers. Google's Larry Page didn't create a search engine. He inspired a generation of searchers. So what I think makes a good leader? I think a good leader is someone that gives compliments. And the thing is, we attach this tagline to compliments as if they were gifts, as debt, things that need to be returned. But compliments aren't gifts at all, they aren't debt at all. Compliments are perceived truths. And if you can give that to your team, to an individual, they can create self-awareness, which I believe is the greatest trait of a leader. And when they receive these perceived truths, they can internalize it, digest it, and develop them and present that back to the world in order to be a sustainable and innovative leader. It was great to talk to you all, and thanks for hearing my thoughts on leadership and development.
My top tip for leadership is actually 2 in 1, and it's to see yourself as both a mentor and a sponsor for the people that you lead. I think we're familiar with the concept of mentoring. You're providing advice, giving guidance, sharing your experiences, but to sponsor someone is to give them the opportunities that allow them to use that advice. So whether it's putting people forward to be on stage or to represent you in a particular place, whether it's applying for prizes or for awards, or whether it's really looking for opportunities to speak about them when they're not in the room and open those opportunities up to them that they couldn't get for themselves. For me, that's really what leadership is all about.
The difference between leadership mindset versus employee mindset is having to take on responsibility. So a manager is someone who tells people what to do, and a leader is somebody who walks with them. So if you're wanting to step into a role which requires you to become a leader, know that you are going to be responsible for not only yourself, but also your team, contractors, and many other areas in the business. So it will require you to have great listening skills, be confident with the role that you're in, and also have that humility to lead people along the way.